Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Best Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Yes, Best Map, finding you the best map for your next city build. Now today we are Monday, so we are looking at the top of the workshop. This map is currently second. Now I'm going to do the top listed map on Wednesday. It's performing really, really well. Mostly I feel because Biffa is doing a city build on it, and who wouldn't want to recreate Biffa's build? So we'll be doing that one on Wednesday. Today's one is a lot more realistic and it's done by a creator we've done twice in the past, both seal of approval maps. So you're going to be expecting a decent kind of standard from this particular new map. Now, speaking of new maps, there is another new map coming pretty soon. And if you want to see it being built, well, you're going to have to hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, if you want to become a BonBonB buddy, you'll get access to 90-minute map attack. This is my new real-time speed build. It's based on a little area of Australia, which I've done a bit of creative work on. Geological, I'm calling it. And if you want to check out this particular map build, yeah, go and hit that join button now, and you too can join in with the fun and catch up with the build. But that's enough of that. Before we go any further and see any more, we do need to get rid of the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for that support. Today's map is Heimdal by Funchenstein. So good, they named him twice. Clearly a snowfall map. I know it's not to everybody's taste, but this is a good one. A rare thing, a good snowfall map. There's your start square. We're not talking major highways here. We're talking like a realistic style build here. Your terrain heights look like that. Not quite that green in real place, but there we go. And then resources, lots of fertile land down the rivers, a little bit of oil out there on the edge. Lovely. Okay, if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it looks like this. Mostly some salmon and a little bit of anchovy, and that's pretty much your lot. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, obviously it's a snowfall map, but it is also a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. There's a few things to subscribe to, not too many, mostly tree packs. Also using the clear winter map theme from Ivania. Very nice that. I keep forgetting about the clear winter map theme. And the LUT for snowfall, because if you're going to do a snowfall map, you've got to use it just makes sense to use the LUT for snowfall. And then down to ground level, we'll have a look at the shipping routes. We do have one shipping route. It's a functional one. It's a purely functional shipping route. There's nothing really to complain about. It comes up to here, and as long as you don't build your harbour through that bridge, you'll be fine. If you build it through the bridge, you're a fool. We don't tolerate fools on this channel. Nobody tolerates me after all, do they? No, they don't. Water flow through the start square. There is some moving water, and that is fine if you're looking for water flow through the start square. I will suggest, though, I think the water is probably flowing the wrong way. You'd expect it to be flowing not this way. This is the way it's flowing. You'd expect it to be flowing the other way, wouldn't you? And there actually is a bit of a clue, not so much with this river here, which looks a bit like a gentleman's parts. Yeah, we'll ignore that one. But this one up here does seem to suggest that the water is actually flowing out and that way. Doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. It's just a minor grumble, and you know I like my minor grumbles, especially with really good maps. See, really good maps are the ones that I pick on. They are the ones that I want to push these creators to the next level because they're good already. Honestly, if you pick up a map from any of the big names, even if I'm saying, oh, it's just 9 stars, it's still a good 9 stars. They are good creators. This is a good map. And while I might complain about one or two there'll be a few things on this, doesn't make it not a good map. So just ignore everything I've got to say and make your own decisions. I will say, though, this is one of those maps that was very laggy for me. You won't see too much in the way of frame rate drop because I've actually recorded this at half the normal speed. It was a 40-minute flyover to be able to get to the footage that you get now, and I've sped the footage up, and that's taken out a little bit of the lag, but you might still notice a little bit in places, and there are 1 or 2 points on the review today that are at real time, and you probably pick up on that a little bit of lag there. But yes, I think it's the mass of the trees and the detailing of the trees, and it's just a bit much. And I do have quite a hearty computer, I'll say, and my old i7 would have really struggled with this one, and I upgraded nearly a year ago now, and even this one is just a little bit slaggy. Oh, snowy and laggy. Yes, it's a bit slaggy. Didn't mean it like that, but never mind. Anyway, not too much to talk about at the moment. You can see you make up your own mind from these standards. The highway is really nice. It's following a nice pleasing route. We've got some nice forests. We've got a good choice of trees. I mean, basically all of the snowy trees are pretty much in place on this particular map, and it just looks good. We've got a good traffic flow, which you would expect, and we'll be heading down. Now, this is the highway. Most of all the other roads, in fact I think all of the other roads, are national roads, so those of you that want a lot of heavy highways, this isn't the map for you. But those of you that like doing mountain towns and just a proper creative build based on realism, then yeah, you're looking in the right place. Of course, you do need to like snowfall as well, and I know from experience that there's going to be a lot of comments saying it's not for me, I don't like snowfall. You know, it's the blanket white takes away some of the detail, and yeah, I agree. I do agree, it does. Here's your start square. No, that's sort of yeah, your main intersection, not your start square. Sorry, my bad, getting ahead of myself here. And some good roundabout flow going on there, no issues there. And it looks like we've got a bit of a weird loop back here, but there is actually quite a drop in elevation, and that is taking a really sensible route, as you would expect from Funchenstein. Although, if you were here Monday last week, we had the optical delusion that I forgot to show you, and then Saturday, when I did go and show you that optical delusion from Monday, so I'm waving my paper around like I'm a school teacher here. No, put that down, BonBonB. Yeah, so we had the optical, we've got another one on today's show. So if you're into the optical delusions, we'll have one a bit later on. Also, probably the world's worst movie pun. Okay, that's coming up later as well. Yes, I know exactly what's going on with today's show, roughly. Well, some bits anyway. Crossing the river here on the perfectly lovely bridge, which is now taking us this is Start Square. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, it's not very flat. It's undulated, but not stupidly, and it's just very, very fine. And now we're following the national roads. Let me tell you a bit more about Funchenstein, because you might go, I know that name. You should know the name. We have done them twice in the past. Quite a way back though, episodes 597, which was a co-credit job with Mr. Miyagi, where they got 13 stars, and then in 795, where they got 12 stars, and both of those maps got the seal of approval. But the other place you might recognise the name from, if you remember a City Edition, a show I did a couple of years ago now, blimey, which I thought a city review show would be as popular as a map review show, if not more so. So I tried doing a city review series, City Edition, and Funchenstein was the creator of La Coruña, which was the probably the most prettiest, the most polished of the city builds that we had. All credit to Strict Toaster, who we did first of all, but that was like a small town, whereas Funchenstein went ahead and just basically rebuilt a full city based on real life, and did a marvellous job of it. So yes, if you recognise the name Funchenstein, it might well be from that one. Really, in fact, I'll try to remember to link it in. If I forget to link it in, do a little search for City Edition La Coruña, or just City Edition, it'll come up. I've got a playlist with City Edition in it. You can go and check that out. There's so many options. So many options. Again, not too much to talk about here, but I kind of feel I have to follow the highway and the national roads along a bit, so that you can just get a feel for the routes that they take, the quality, overall quality of them, and potential secondary start locations, which is what we're doing here. The rail is going to be good, isn't it? Is it going to be good? I think it's going to be good. The rail it's solid. I've got one or two minor grumbles, one or two minor ones with the rail. Would not be BonBonB if I wasn't making a minor grumble about a rail somewhere. little gentle overpass there that comes underneath the highway here, very smoothly, very cleanly done, and a good rail bridge here, except that feels like Blue Mantle there, and it is. I could tell that from flying just from this direction. It was just a Blue Mantle bridge right off. Turn the camera around and there it was. So yes, a little bit of Blue Mantle there. That's a tiny grumble. That's all that is. It's a minor, minuscule grumble there. And then the rail continues along. Now, let me see, we've got a bit of interest. Yes, up here. We've got another rail line merging in from the right, which is going to come along that route. There wasn't much of a difference between routes, to be honest. And that one that came in from the right goes a little bit more hilly, but we'll go through some hilly land in a moment. Then we have this little split here, and that's pretty good. You know, you're expecting, a little bit of catenary chaos, catenary on the line there. Liking the way the catenary portals are perfectly aligned pretty much along here, barring the one. And then we've got another one. Now, this is true catenary chaos. This is very ugly, I'm afraid, that bit. Then we've got another split off there, which is very nice. And then we've got one more down here. I like this elevated section here. It makes it feel really industrial, and I think it actually really works there. Actually adds something to the build, which is I'm all for. I'm absolutely all for that. Then we'll just follow the rail along. Once we get to the edge of the map, I think we'll take that brief intermission so I can catch my breath, catch my thoughts. And then when we come back, what I think we'll do is we'll take a look at some interesting features on here which are easily overlooked. I nearly just ignored them, and I realised how good they were, including some excellent snow melt lakes. I kid you not, superb. Speaking of superb, today's intermission, I think, is the best thing I've ever made. So if you haven't already seen it, do go and watch it. If you have already seen it, go and watch it again. And maybe click the like button one more time. Thanks. Yes, race day, 70 hours of work, and I loved every minute of it. Right, what have we got on today's map? This water flow. Okay, so this is the river that goes the wrong way, right? We have got the snowmelt river there, and there's another one coming in on the right-hand side just about here, which we will be checking out. But I want to head up here because we've got some interesting islands. First of all, this one. Now, I don't mind this one too much, but it looks like it's barely cut off from the land, which to me, I think that is merging in rather than breaking away and eroding. So I think that is actually starting to connect up with the land and will no longer be an island in terms of geology in a reasonable few decades, I guess. Then if we follow this river up a bit further, I do like the river. It's a really lovely river, lovely interesting shape, interesting curves in it. These islands here, they're a little bit bigger and lumpier than I'd like, but do you know what? I can buy into them. I'm quite happy with them. Yeah, just because I've got a minor disapproval. Oh, hang on, we've got some drowned trees. Always disapproving of trees with their drowned trunks like that. We'll do the trunk joke in a moment, okay? Like in this island, I feel I'm totally buying that one. But this one, I'm not. If you look at this one, look at how deep this gorge is here. That water has had to force its way through there. When you got the easier path around this side, I don't believe that island would have existed except for in a Cities Skylines creation. What more have we got? We've got loads of... We've got this... Okay, right. Snowmelt Lake. Love this. Love the shape. Love the size of it. I just love the aesthetics of it. I would move it. If this was me, I think the water would come down and mill in that area there. Although there's plenty of snow in the area around it for it to actually exist. So, yeah, I would move it. I can't really fault it, though. I love the shape of it. I think the amount of water coming off of it is totally believable. Loving the little waterfall type bits that are coming down the street. You know what? I like that. I think that is exceptional work. Just don't totally agree with the exact location. I budge it a little bit. Then we have this other snowmelt river stream tributary coming on. And at first thought, I thought this could be a bit wider down here. But actually, the more I look at it, the more I like it. And then this follows up. It's a really interesting rocky type mountain stream, this one. I think it's been done, again, exceptionally well on the whole. Yes, I use those words, on the whole. Again, loving it all the way up here. And then it gets really craggy up here. And this is down to personal taste. I feel that these cliff edges on the right hand side here are a little bit shark's toothy. Okay, and there's some more a little bit further up here. This feels a bit shark's toothy as well. Now, you can disagree with me. It just caught my eye as being that obvious zigzag that you get because of the grid-like structure of the map. Not sure exactly what I would do to fix it. I certainly wouldn't want to smooth it. I'd probably just have to spend a bit more time working on those cliffs myself. Snowmelt Lake number 2 over here. Loving this, actually. This is, again, a beautiful shape, totally believable. Where's this snow going to go? It's got to go somewhere. And so we have a snowmelt lake and a snowmelt stream. And I'm liking it, again, on the whole. But then we get little bits like here. This feels a bit too, feels a bit too straight. Honk, honk, outside my window, as usual. Then down here, again, another straight bit here. It feels like it's been forgotten, a little bit underdone, this stream. Now, if only there was another clue that it might be a bit underdone, like maybe a drowned tree. Okay, well, we've got a couple of drowned trees there, but we need a stronger clue than that this little stream has been completely forgotten about, like a completely drowned tree. You see, now, that tree, its pine cones are going to be really small right now, because it's a freezing stream. Freezing. Anyway, another drowned tree. So, yeah, this stream to me feels like it was forgotten about a little bit, and so it just needs coming back and just a little bit of finishing up and down this stream, and I like it. The question is, where's the water going to? And the answer is, we keep going all the way down to the bottom, there's a lake at the bottom. And all the water is coming down, pouring into the lake. Now, if we've got the exact amount of evaporation out of that lake as there is snow melt at the top, maybe that is a completely balanced water system. Personally, I do think that would then flood and go somewhere, though. That's my instinct. Then over here, we've got the same going on here. This is a snowmelt lake at the bottom end. I'm loving the shape of it. Just have to suspend a bit of disbelief that the water coming down here would pour into the lake and then evaporate at the same rate it's being replenished. Just gut thing. Right, okay, now somewhere up here, we have got the highest point of the map. And we got the assets of the day. Now, this is the door prop pack by Spence. Got to love Spence's work. They do a lot of the industrial stuff and a lot of great assets. And these ones, with Move It, you can put them inside the buildings or whatever and just create stuff that you could not have created before. A wide range of doors. And who wouldn't want them? Right, shall we do factoid? Because factoids, I think we should. And today's factoid is, this is a quick one today. There is no number 0 in the Italian written language. No number 0. They didn't have a reason for a number 0. If it was nothing, it just didn't exist. Anyway, so yes, no number 0 in the Italian language. Today's factoid of the day. Now, you see all of these. I did promise you a movie pun. Here it comes. I'm pretty sure that Michael Caine would have something to say about this in The Italian Job. I'll let you work that one out. Young'uns will probably have to Google it. Italian Job quotes Michael Caine. That's what you want to Google. Today's asset of the day. That's the door prop pack by Spence, in case you forgot. And right, one last thing to do. I promised you also optical delusion. Here's another one. Here, this to me, this is Funchenstein completely messing up. Look at this switchback. Look at the way it goes up and down the hill. That is way too steep. Way too steep. It's supposed to flatten and level the hill out to make it more drivable. Then we come around to the other side and settle the camera down on this side. You can see very clearly it's a very smooth slope going. Yeah, it just follows the natural route. Let me turn the terrain lines on there. And you can see the contour lines very clearly showing a gradual incline. It's a bit steeper in places than I personally like, because that's a very flat run there and then a steeper run before. But all told, very nice work indeed. Optical illusion number 2. I wonder if there'll be any more coming. Right, speaking of coming, it's your chance to come over to the voting page and you can vote for free. Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now. It'll take you to the voting page where, as I said before, you can vote for free. But what do I think of today's map? Ooh, that's a tricky one. Aesthetically, it's very strong. It's very, very strong. There's a few minor little bits and pieces that I feel that could be tweaked to improve it, but I'm going to give it a slightly above middle 4-star. I don't think it's a super high, but I think it's a high 4-star for aesthetics. Detailing, oh, very good. We have got some drowned trees, and we've got 1 or 2 bits of shark's teeth, which are minor and I would say opinion. It's just opinion there. I've got to go for a strong 4 stars. It's a very strong 4 stars again. Gameplay potential. I'm going to say this is exceptional. Does have its challenges, but the challenges are realism. They are realist challenges. Everything's in place. I think it's set for a good build. I can't not give it 5 stars, so I won't. I'll give it 5 stars. Heimdal by Funchenstein definitely gets the BonBonB seal of approval. It's a good, I did say it was going to be a good snowfall map, and I just feel that that one has it all in place. It's just a strong snowfall map. I can't really see what more could have been done for gameplay. Short of undrowning the trees, but I don't really see that too much of an issue. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. If you are still here, you are part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments as part of a sentence if you can, and score yourself 100 population points just for fun and be part of our secret society. It's very important. We need more secret society members. You're the next one.